Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ivy's YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Python packages and the library. In the last video, we are talking about modules. So let's jump into this video and see what are the packages and how exactly they works in the Python. If you didn't see the last video, please check out the link on the description and see what are the modules. So what is the packages about? Package is a way of organizing related Python modules in a single dictionary hierarchy. A package is essentially a folder containing all the Python modules that are can be imported together. So means if you have a lot of module files that inside one folder and that folder contains init initialization file, we called as a package. So why we need a packages? Packages help us to organize the code in our when we write long codes, when we want to use multiple times that particular code for the better reusability, and for the collaborations we can use for the large number of codes projects. It helps us to get into the one single particular folder. So in one single particular folder, when you have a lots of modules with the initialization file, we called as a package. So let's see how you can create your own packages in Python. So first of all, you need to create a folder. So let me create one folder over here and just give a folder name called math operations. Now once I have a math operations, I'll double click on the folder and I'll create a one file that contains a py file, and we are going to create four modules, okay, and then that four module will become as one particular package. So let me create first module. We will create an addition module. So we'll give hash addition and let's create a function called def add function. Let's give a parameter a comma b. This is my function, and then just return a plus b. So this is a very basic function which I have created, okay, and I'll just click on save and give a file name called addition. So I have saved the file. Now let me create another file, and this time I will give a same code over here. Let's say I will create hash subtract file, and let's create a function def subtract a minus b return, let's say a minus b. So let me copy it and let's save this file and give as a subtract py file. Similarly, I will create another file which is called, let's say, multiply, and over here I just need to replace multiply. So save multiply file, rename it. Now you can see I have addition, subtract and the addition. Now let me create a addition file. So for the addition, let's create one file, and I'll copy paste the formula, and let's say if I use divide a comma, let me write a one function over here. If b is equal to 0, let's say if somebody put a 0 in the b, I want to print return, I want to say error division by 0. Somebody put a 0 in the division, I want to show this error. So I will put over here one indentation, and now this is correct. Now just save this file as a divide, save as a divide. Okay, now once I have created all the four files, now I don't need these two files. Let me delete this one, right click and delete this file. As you can see, I have a four file that contains that four modules, and that contains each module contain each particular functions inside the modules. So now I want another file that will be the initialization file, okay, that will help us to make it as a package. So how to create a initialization file? You can just click on plus button over here, click on the Python file and just give init file, and I want to, so basically before I'm starting it, there's a two way you can create the initialization file. The one is you can let it be the empty one, okay, let it be the file, let it be the empty one, okay, and a second way you can you can create the functions inside the initialization file when you want to run it. So whenever you run this initialization file, all the functions are inside the initialization file will automatically run it. So how to use this one? So let's say I want to make it as a initialization file, as a functions file, where whenever somebody calls the package, whatever functions are there in the initialization file will run it. So I just need to mention from dot addition. Addition is the name of the file. Import add from dot subtract file. Import subtract function from dot multiply file. Import multiply from dot divide file. Import divide. So if you want to import some specific functions when you call the initialization file, you can mention over here. So I'll control save and I just give underscore underscore init underscore underscore. So that will consider as the initialization file. Rename it, save, refresh. Now you can see. Now let me delete this one. I don't need the untitled file. Remove it. Now I have a five file. The first one is the initialization file, and four are the modules file. Now I'll come to this package one. Let's call the module. Let's call the packages. So now let's see whether it's working or not. So if I write import math operations, as you can see, is working. Now let's create some variable and see whether it's working or not. So let's say I create a variable called result underscore add is equal to math operations, math operations dot add. Let's give some parameter 10 by 5. Close the bracket. Result underscore add. No, let's not add. Let's say subtract equal to math operation dot subtract 20 comma 10. Result underscore subtract, not subtract. So let's say result underscore uh, multiply equal to math underscore operation dot multiply. Let's give 10 comma 10. Let's call the last one result underscore divide equal to math underscore operations dot divide. Let's say 2 comma 8. Now once I have that, let me print all the output. Print result add, print subtract add, print the result multiply, and then print the last one result divide. Some spelling wrong, I guess. Math operations, paste, 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 paste. Now as you can see, all the packages are perfectly working. I can get all the answer. This is the package sitting on some sitting different folder I am using on another IPYNB file. So that is the package about where you have all the modules inside the packages, and I can call that module, I can call the package in this particular Jupyter file, and I can work on the functions. So that is all about the packages. Now let's talk about a library. What is a library? Library is a collections of packages. When you have modules, a lot of modules inside a one folder, that contains one initialization file that we consider as a one package. Now, when you have a lots of packages are there inside one particular folder, we called as a library. Okay. Now, you might heard some of the famous library called pandas, numpy, numpy, and there are a lot of seaborn methods and scikit-learns, pytorch. There are a lot of library are there. So some of the library are pre-installed with the Jupyter notebook, or if you have uh, Spider, that are the pre-installed in your Python. But if you want to install some of libraries that from online source, you need to use the pip statement. So pip basically install the library that you don't have in your local system, that you require internet access in order to download some libraries from online source. So we use the pip statement in order to create import new libraries inside one my Python. So let's say if I use pip install pandas, it's taking time. So as you can see, already you have the library. So you cannot import the library which you already have. So you can import the library which you don't have by using a pip install and the name of the library. So over here you need to mention the name of the library which you want to download from the online. Okay, so that's it for all about, and thank you for the watching the video, and hit the likes button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next video.